let's talk about millennial inheritance. Is it really going to be this bad for millennials and Gen X as our boomer parents pass on? Honestly, I kind of see both sides of it. So I think that Nick Fox's videos are absolutely hilarious when we see these huge collections and we go, oh, this is what I'm getting. And I can definitely relate to that with a parent who definitely has collections and loves their things. But also as a professional organizer, I've seen firsthand how hard it is for people to let go. So I also understand why there is kind of this pushback and why people are saying, well, it's not my problem or I won't have to think about it. Which also we don't want to leave our kids with a burden, but also we've dealt with it with our parents and our in-laws. So you have to too. And I think there's like this funny little divide between the generations and how I think in the past, many families have just, you just buck up and deal with it. Whereas more of the millennials and Gen X are putting up boundaries and saying like, no, this isn't acceptable. I don't have the time or the energy to take on this basically mental load of decluttering after someone's passed. And also having to do it while you're dealing with grief makes it that much harder. And I think what I've seen from clients is they're coming in kind of that Gen X and say that they've either recently dealt with their parents' stuff, so they don't want to do that to their children, or they kind of see what's coming and they're starting to downsize their own things because they know that once their parents go, they're going to have to deal with all of that stuff as well. Now, it's not that we want you to live with nothing. Okay, like as a home organizer, I always joke that I'm the organizer that lets you keep your stuff, right? If you love something, if you're using it every day, it 100% has value and a place in your home, and we're going to find space for it. I think where the bigger issue is when we have basements with boxes of things that you haven't looked at for 20 years, or garages with things that you haven't gotten into in 15 years, or things that you were going to fix, or that kind of stuff that it becomes, or even, as you were cleaning out your parent or your parent-in-law's home, it ends up in a box in the basement in your house and it still hasn't been used and still hasn't been dealt with in any way. And that's what they're leaving behind. And that's what's kind of becoming overwhelming. And it's not that we want to say, let's just get rid of everything. None of it's important. Of course it is. But if you can't see it, you don't know that it's important. And you also aren't appreciating it. So I'm a big believer in use the china every day. Use your favorite outfits, wear them every day. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. You want to make sure that you're appreciating it and actually utilizing it while you're around. And if not, and you're not going to, then that's when you can pass it along. And I also think it's a lot of pressure to put on your children. They may not appreciate the same things that you did. And that doesn't mean that they're wrong or that you're wrong. It just means that it's not their style. So really finding those people that it is their style. So that's one of my favorite things that I get to do as an organizer, is that I can kind of make sure that the things are donated to the right people, that they're getting in the hands of collectors or, someone who loves vintage fashion. We'll make sure that that stuff is going to that person, rather than it, just ending up donated. And I also think those community-led programs, there's so many amazing programs out there that you can make sure that if you are donating furniture or dishes or things, household items, that they're going to newcomers or people who are, had faced homelessness and now are being housed. Like those kind of organizations are always going to be looking for stuff and can be used, and those things are then appreciated. Because I know that's one of the biggest things that I hear from clients all the time, is that they just want someone to love their stuff as much as they did. And there's definitely someone out there who will. Yes, China's not worth as much as it once was, or crystal's not worth as much as it once was, but there is someone out there who will want that and who will appreciate it. So it's about finding the right people, and it may not be your children. The biggest problem is that it's completely overwhelming, right? You open one drawer and it's like snowballs into this big overwhelming thing. So one of the things that I love is the Swedish death cleaning method, where it is as you're kind of going through things and you notice something, or someone says, hey, oh, I love that scarf, or I love this, you can gift it to them right then and there. That's kind of a great idea because you can see people enjoying it in the moment. But obviously that doesn't always happen. But it is about maybe doing some research and seeing, oh, there's a brass collector in town and I have all this brass stuff that is in a box, and maybe they can, take it off your hands, make a little money off of it. I think, getting things listed and posted, even if it's for free, And the goal definitely isn't to be a minimalist. It's just to, keep the things you love and use, but let the other things go. So it isn't an overwhelming burden when you do pass away. And it's funny because I was watching, the heck is that show called? American Pickers. That's what it was. I was watching American Pickers the other night, and going through these warehouses, these guys kept saying, I just want someone who appreciates the stuff. I just want it to go to a home that's going to, and I think that is exactly what people want. I've had the pleasure of listening to so many amazing stories about their stuff and what it means to them. And, clients will say that all the time, that like, oh, I loved this and this is the story around it. And I love to hear that. And I also love to pair the right person with this stuff so that it continues to be appreciated and continues and gets a new life. And I think that doesn't often happen where it's in your family, right? We don't necessarily appreciate the things that we have readily available to us. And also we're living with less. Like I think there many Millennial and Gen X are kind of trying to consume less and really making that effort to keep things a little bit more streamlined. We don't want to have huge spaces with huge storage. We want to use what we have and that kind of thing. So it's, not having 5 sets of dishes. It just doesn't make sense anymore. Or multiple bedding for each room in the house, right? We don't necessarily need that. And we are trying to live with a little bit less. But there are people out there who can use it. So it's really about finding the right places for that stuff to go. I think I sit in an interesting perspective because I am an elder millennial who has collectors for their parents. But I also work as a home organizer. So I get to see and hear stories about how important things are to people. And so I understand that the burden of letting go, but I also understand the burden of having to let go of someone else's things for them. So it's a very kind of interesting place that I can see that it would be more challenging to do it with my own parent than I would with a client, right? I can sit there for hours and listen and find the right place for it to go. When it's my parent, I'm kind of like, just get rid of it. Well, no one wants this, which obviously isn't fair. So I think it's one of those things that it can be more challenging dealing with your own family than hiring a professional to do it, which obviously not in everyone's budget. But I do think it is something to think about, right? For people that are struggling to let go or struggling with those things in the basement, that maybe it is time to bring someone in. Could be even just a friend, someone that can sit with you and listen to the stories and have good ideas about where things will go. And I also think you have to change your mindset about buying too, right? If we're continuing to purchase new things while we're getting rid of things, it can be just as overwhelming, just constantly fighting yourself for that clear space. But yeah, so I don't really know what the answer is, I'll be honest. But I think that we can kind of see different perspectives. But I think it's, finding that balance of not having all the extras and the things in the basement and the things in the garage and kind of make it work that way. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on millennial inheritance trend that we're seeing all over the internet. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. Have you had to clean out a parent's home or grandparent's home? And if you have, did you appreciate the things that they left behind, or did it feel overwhelming? Thanks for popping in.